Most people are using Claude exactly like ChatGPT, getting stuck in basic mode without even knowing it. They feel productive using Claude to write emails or summarize docs, but that's like using Excel as a notepad. It works, you can write notes, but they're completely ignoring the bigger system which gets them ahead of others. I'm Hassan, a finance AI transformation manager at Amazon, and after hundreds of hours of experimentation, I discovered something I wasn't expecting. Even though Claude was built to be best at coding, the same reason accidentally made it perfect for the structured work professionals like you and I need to do. So in this video, I'm going to show you the 5 Claude features that unlock that genius mode. And feature number 5 is the one that stops Claude from living in an isolated box and connects it to your world. Let's dive in. Here's the first feature most people never turn on, and it's costing you time on every single use. Think of how often you have to explain your preferences, bio, and work context to get better output. You're wasting over a day each month just re-explaining yourself, and the fix is simple. You go in settings, click general, and then define what Claude should call you. Select what describes your work and then add preferences Claude should consider in its responses. Here is what I have in mind. I'm Essen, but call me Numroid, don't ask me why. I lead finance AI transformation at Amazon. I have 13 plus years of experience in finance, AI transformation, and accounting. I make no BS, high practical videos on the intersection of finance and AI. I prefer facts over hype and so on. That's it. You write it once, introduce yourself, and Claude will remember this forever for every single conversation, just like a coworker. Now it's your turn to go into settings, paste in your role, top 3 goals, and your preferred speaking style. It takes 30 seconds, but it will save you a day every month. But memory is just the foundation. Feature number 2 gives you a second brain for all of your key projects. Most people have projects they work on a regular basis and upload the documents each time they need an answer, losing precious time without having a workspace which learns and grows with their project. Let's say you're working on a massive made-up project called Harry Potter Fake Limited, one of my favorite movies, and you have data about sales, future movies, and targets. Instead of going into a new chat, I click projects and name it Harry Potter Hub. Then I add custom instructions. You're the chief financial officer for Harry Potter. Answer queries using data. Use Harry Potter analogies when explaining results. Now every conversation follows those rules automatically. Now I simply drag the sales data and strategy PDF for the company, and I'm all set up. I ask, how did our Q3 warrant sales compare to the strategy target? It gives me the answer grounded in my sources. And as new spreadsheets or research comes in next week, I just upload them to the same project. It becomes my second brain for this entire workstream. So the shift is simple. Stop starting new charts for big projects and start creating a project hub once and let it grow with your work. And if you're on a paid plan, you can actually share those projects with your team. Everyone has the same context, instructions, and knowledge base. Now that Claude has memory and a second brain for your project, here is the shift the top 1% users make. They stop using Claude to write text, because that's like taking a Ferrari on a grocery run. Claude is the undisputed best model for coding. You can build automations, productivity apps, even a micro SaaS for a side hustle without knowing any code. Let's use the Harry Potter Fake Limited sales data from our Q3 project. I have CSV data with multiple fields like regions, countries, products, all raw numbers. Now I give it a prompt. Build me an interactive dashboard that shows revenue by region, top products, and profit trends over time. Make it visual. It starts working on it. There is an artifact window which pops up and a live dashboard appears after a couple of minutes. It's interactive, shows me split by region. I can look at the revenue by product, and the whole thing is connected with my data. Claude took a couple of minutes to build this. If I build this in Excel or Tableau, it would take over 3 hours. But here is a genius trick, which the top 1% users know. Not all Claude models are the same, and you should smartly choose based on the task. Haiku is great for everyday simple tasks. Sonnet is best for most professional use cases, but for complex and advanced reasoning work, including coding, Opus is the best. But it is also the one which consumes tokens very fast, so you have to kind of monitor your usage, which you can go in settings and check. It is my absolute favorite model for complex work. So in summary, Claude isn't a chatbot, it's a co-builder. And by choosing the right model for the task, you get expert level answers and builds. Now, we got the build sorted, but there is a problem with how most people use AI. We are obsessed with speed, fast answers, instant results. But in the high stakes professional world you operate in, the faster answer is often not the right answer. For example, I have a 47-page McKinsey report on digital transformation strategy. I'm going to ask Claude the same question twice. First, normal mode. Extract the top 5 key takeaways from the attached report. 3 seconds, I get a decent summary, 5 bullet points, surface level insights. Now I select extended thinking mode. Same question, same report, but this time Claude takes longer. It's thinking and goes through the material. You can see it working through the problem, and about 20 seconds later, I get the output, which is a structure and more deeper analysis. And except for the first highlight, all the other key insights were different. It did a great job at connecting the insights across different sections of the report. And this is extended thinking. It's a chain of thought reasoning. Claude actually works through the problem step by step before responding. So you're not getting the first answer, you're getting the best answer. So in summary, if you want speed, choose Haiku. If you want quality, choose extended thinking with Sonnet or Opus. But feature number 5 solves the biggest limitation of AI. It lives in a siloed box. It can't see your world until you open the doors and connect it. But what if Claude could go and meet you where you already work? Like your Notion, Slack, Gmail, or Google Drive. And this is the Model Context Protocol, or MCP, which was originally developed by Claude, and then ChatGPT and Gemini adopted it as well. Think of it like a USB-C for Claude, which allows it to connect with any of your actual data sources, and there are hundreds of these already pre-set up in Claude connectors. I've connected my Google Drive connector in my settings. Now I don't upload files manually anymore. I'm just going to ask it, what are the top 3 prompt engineering techniques in my script in Google Drive? I disable web search and hit enter. It skims through my 247 GB of drive data, finds the script on prompt engineering and the 3 techniques I had covered in that, which you can watch if you're interested. It will show up somewhere here on the top, and I'll put the link in the description. Before this feature, I'd spend 30 minutes finding that file on my Google Drive, downloading it, uploading it to Claude, asking them questions and repeating. With MCP, Claude becomes an operating system for your entire knowledge base. And congratulations, with this, you've officially unlocked the genius mode. But the top 1% don't stop here. They don't prompt, they build AI teams. Specialists with job descriptions who work on demand. No re-explaining, and that's called Claude Skills. Watch this video next, where I will show you how to build your first AI team member.